Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Friends in Faith Collective. I am Marina.
I'm Sam.
And we are excited to start this journey. Our first video ever going, and we're slightly nervous, but excited.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a tad.
If I turn to the side, I might be barfing.
We've got our puke bucket over to the side right there. We want to start off by just doing a little question and answer to get to know us and kind of do a little icebreaker for ourselves. So are you ready?
I'm ready. Who's starting?
I'll have you go first.
Okay. Do you like your cereal crunchy or soggy?
Probably crunchy. I think it just depends on the cereal. Probably crunchy.
What's your go-to cereal?
Oh my goodness. This is horrible, but I'm a Lucky Charms girl.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops all the way, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And crunchy, but I also like soggy. Cheerios, soggy.
No, not for me.
All right.
I think crunchy's probably my thing.
Okay.
All right. My question for you, would you rather have a home on the beach or the mountains?
Beach, 100%.
Same.
I'm a water person.
Oh, girl. We still have to go to the beach.
I know. The beach at nighttime, there's nothing better. That's my go-to, 100%.
Yes. The sound of the waves.
Yep, when nobody's there. Yeah.
My girl.
Okay, what age do you look forward to and why?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I guess since I've already hit the 40 mark, maybe 50, just now that I'm on this journey of self-healing, self-development, and just working through a lot of things from my past, and I see how much I've grown. I just can't wait to see like how much farther that'll happen.
I know, and in 10 years, that's a long time.
It is a long time, but it goes by so fast.
It does.
Hopefully my 50s, I'll get to look back on this and see.
Yeah, and thinking about your kids too in 10 years.
Oh my gosh. Don't even start that. My daughter will be 23. No. Okay, I don't want to go there. Moving on. Okay, you get 3 words to describe yourself. What are they?
Currently nervous, feeling like I'm going to throw up, and scared. That's 3 words for current, but besides the point.
Nervous, scared. That's only 2 words.
Feeling like I'm going to throw up is 1 word.
Okay.
With a lot of hyphens. 3 words to describe myself. Creative. That's something that I'm very proud of about myself is I truly enjoy the creative side of my brain. Goodness. I'm not someone who likes to talk about myself, so this is a hard question.
I know. That's why I asked it.
Hardworking. Mm-hmm. I always say that when, the going gets tough or things get hard, that I know that I can depend on my scrappiness to take over and, I just know that I know what to do in tough situations to get to the other side. Mm-hmm. So that would probably be my 2nd word. My 3rd word, caring. I think I'm a very caring person, and that is also something I take pride in, is that you have to have a healthy boundary of caring enough about yourself as well, instead of just putting others before yourself. And I tend to put other people before myself, but I take a lot of pride in that. I pay a lot of attention to the way that I talk to people, the way that I interact with people, how I'm treating someone else, because I want to be treated well in return, and it really does matter the way that what you're putting out for someone else.
Absolutely.
So sometimes, I feel like I care maybe a little too much, and I struggle to find that healthy boundary, but same. I'm grateful that I'm someone who is self-aware of my own, knowing how other people make me feel, and then how in return I give that back. Mm-hmm. So, caring.
And those are actually 3 very good things to describe yourself, because if I was anything to list about you, I would pretty much say the same things. Thanks. You're a very caring person. Love you.
Appreciate that.
Oh, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, what are you too hard on yourself about?
Oh, gosh. Probably being a recovering people pleaser.
Yeah.
I tend to, like you said, put others before myself, so much so that I have neglected myself and my needs, just wanting to make everyone happy and just do all the things and be all the things for everyone. And I just lately have been kicking myself hard in the butt for that. Not that it's not good to have a caring heart, but to just remember that I matter too, and that I need to put in that much effort towards my self-care too.
Yeah, the boundaries are hard.
Super hard.
Really hard. You feel like you're kind of straddling that line, right? Is if I pour into my cup, whose cup am I taking out of, right? Sometimes it can feel like that. And I think we've talked about just in what we want to see out of this podcast and where we want it to go. We've talked about kind of how you were mentioning that, especially like in motherhood and being a wife or being in a relationship, like we tend to pour into those cups more than we pour into our own. So just a little plug for another episode. We plan to talk about that later on.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. But it's so true. These boundaries, man, I guess as you get into, like I said, I've hit that 40 mark. So once I've gotten into the later ages, I've begun to do a lot of like just self-reflection.
Yeah.
And the things I love about myself and the things that I don't like and where that started and all that good jazz. So yes, being a recovering people pleaser, if anyone else out there is, hey, let's be friends. But yeah, that'd probably be it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay, let's see. Would you rather go 30 days without your phone or an entire life without dessert?
Oh, 100% 30 days without my phone.
Same.
I went most of the weekend without my phone this weekend, and I had messages from my mom. And I was like, oh, sorry, I took a phone break. I hate having a phone.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather it not exist at all. I'm totally cool with going back to just having a house phone. If it's that important, you'll leave me a message. I don't like having someone has access to you at all times. I don't like that. It like steals from my peace, my mental peace of having this all access pass that people have of me, if I have other people.
And feeling that pressure that you have to constantly be replying all the time.
And if I could, I'm sure that there's apps for it that record, your activity and what you're doing. But if I took my phone away, how much more productivity I would get out of my day than, because even at work, I'm on it at work. I'm taking a break. Well, that break just turned into 20 minutes instead of 10 or 5, or it's so easy to just get lost in that rabbit hole of scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And then I find myself, right, we get into these rabbit holes, like I said, of not necessarily seeing things that are good for us or, I don't know, just we come across content that is subconsciously training our brain in ways that are not healthy, unrealistic. We start to compare without even realizing it.
Oh yeah, comparison's a big thing.
Gosh, yeah, I could, and I can't not have chocolate. That's just.
Girl, I'm a pastry. I'm such a dessert person. I saw that question and I was like, phone would be hard for me to give up. I'm not super attached, but it seems like you're less attached than I am. But for sure, I cannot. Like, dessert is my jam. I can't.
Yeah, me neither.
Absolutely not.
It's too good. All right, my next question for you is, what are your favorite ways to recharge?
Ooh, there's a lot of ways. Prayer and just alone time in reading my Bible and time spent with the Lord. Going to the gym is a big one to help with the mental clarity and the frustrations of life. Probably the beach is another big one. Yeah, like if I could just go to the beach and listen to the sound of the waves, toes in the sand, and just be in the sun, like that's my thing.
Yeah. I think those are great ways to recharge.
And I can't believe we still haven't been to the beach together.
It's so funny.
As much as we love it.
I was just watching, I was on my phone scrolling earlier today, imagine that, and I came across a video and it was a girl like packing a beach bag, and then it skipped to the next part of like her setting up her beach chair and then her walking down to the waves, and I was like, oh man, we for sure need a girls' beach day.
Yes. We definitely have to plan that.
Yeah. Much needed.
Bring it along. Do you like music at the beach or do you like it chill?
Chill. It depends. During the day, during like when the sun's out, music is fine.
Yeah.
When I'm there at night and no one else is there, quiet.
Yes.
And that's like Jordan, my husband, he knows when I'm struggling or having a bad day or going through something tough. He knows, hey, you want to go to the beach tonight? He just knows that that's what I need. And I go and I sit there. And it's almost like, okay, like for me, every single time in church when I'm listening to worship music, every time I cry. Every time I cry. And it's the same thing when I sit in front of the waves at the beach. We usually will like go and sit up on the lifeguard tower and I can just sit there. And it's almost as if like everything just like sheds off of me and I'm just there, one with our earth and our mother nature. And like same with worship, I'm there and I'm just one by myself, just there in that moment with God. It's pretty cool.
Yes. Definitely a place to release a lot of pressure, life, just things like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that reminds me of a song. I'll have to look it up because it's talking about meeting Jesus at the water and just letting things pour out. So I'll have to find what that song is because you just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll love it. So, okay, my turn. What's one song you can't resist dancing to?
Oh, Hey Ya by Outkast.
Oh, okay.
That is my go-to. Any Outkast song can get me moving, but Hey Ya is my favorite song.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Oh, gosh. I was hoping you didn't ask. Oh, goodness.
I know you like to dance.
I do love to dance, and I love all style of music. Goodness. Probably if we're like at a function or a party, the wobble. I enjoy doing that. My family's always looking for me when that song jumps on. But anything from Too Short.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just love
Yin
Too
Yang
Short.
Twins, that'll do
Yin
it
Yang
too.
Twins. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me not to be able to resist that. I love dancing, and I don't need alcohol to dance.
No, alcohol is not necessary. No.
Oh, good times.
Okay, my final question for you is do you believe that you are living a meaningful life? I'm taking it deep. Take your time.
Notice the sigh. You know, as I've gotten older, I'm pretty big on what kind of impact you want to make in the world, what kind of legacy you want to leave. And to answer your question, I believe wholeheartedly now that I am. I have so much on my heart that I want to share, so much just past experiences and things that God has helped me overcome, as well as I know for yourself that I believe that's why we're doing this. That's why we're wanting to put our stories out there and hopefully connect with other women to let them know that they're not alone in their struggles.
Right.
And that we can all unite together and stand strong. And, you know, I remember seeing something, maybe you sent it to me as well as someone else, but the reason why we've gotten out of the pit was so that we can turn around and help the others get out of it too.
Yep.
And I believe we all have a story to tell, and God allows us to go through sometimes very, very hard, difficult things, but He has a purpose and a plan for it. And it's for us to be able to help others that are going through it too, to let them know that they're not alone and they can make it through also.
Yeah. And I think exactly what you said, that's where this sparked from, this idea of starting this podcast and just creating a space of being connected to other people, because we need connection so much more than we think that we do, and we need community so much more than we think we do. And I am 100% someone who is very introverted and very okay with staying home 100% of the time.
And
I don't
am
need
not.
interaction from other people, nor do I crave it, nor do I need it. It's not necessity for me. My husband is a very social person. He needs that. And I know same for you. But I would be completely content being home alone or just home with my husband in my safe space and just being a little hermit crab.
Yes.
But I am learning that I can't do this alone. And God is bringing me to a space of pushing me to be more active in finding community in my life. And it's tough, but I know it'll be so amazing to have, to have that to lean on. Because I'm really good at leaning on me, but I think I need to lean on other people.
Yes.
And other people need to know, right? Like you were saying, like other people need to feel connected to us because they need to know that they're not alone. And someone may be walking through the same strugglers as me, or as you, or as whoever else is here,
Yep.
I think you're living a meaningful life too.
Oh, well, thank you,
I can
friend.
see it in your kids.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome.
That is my whole purpose. I just want my kids to love Jesus and know they have someone to turn to.
Yep.
In life for anything.
Yeah.
When mom's not there, you know.
Yep.
So I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You make me cry.
Oh,
First episode.
Episode 1, cue the tears.
Okay, here's my last question for you.
Uh-oh.
What are you most looking forward to on this journey that we have just begun?
Oh, being pushed out of my comfort zone. This is 100 million quadrillion% out of my comfort zone. Like I said, puke bucket here on the side. Growing closer to God. I am very new in my faith. And gosh, something that I was thinking of on the way over here, well, really the entire day, was what value do I have being someone new in my faith? And what do I have being an introvert to contribute to, you know what I mean? Like the Friends in Faith Collective, like what do I have to contribute to either of those things? Do I think I'm a good friend? Yes. But I'd prefer to be introverted. You know what I mean? Like it feels not great to say that, but I don't know. I know that I need to grow so much, and I'm so grateful that I know that I need to grow and that I don't want to be stagnant. So I'm looking forward to being pushed out of my comfort zone and gaining confidence, gaining community, gaining a deeper, stronger relationship with God, growing a stronger friendship with you, and meeting other people who maybe are on the same journey as me, or, I reached out to an influencer today. I don't know if I'd call her an influencer. She started a small business out of her home, and I believe her business is called Saved by His Grace, or something close to that. I apologize if I got that wrong, but she had posted on her Instagram and her stories, like, ask me anything, one of those little question boxes. And I reached out to her feeling this nervousness, and I reached out to her and I said, as someone new in their faith, what tips or advice do you have for someone starting a podcast or a faith-based podcast? And how do you get past that feeling of what do I have to give? And she had some really wonderful words of advice, and I wish I had my phone to read exactly what she had said, but it was, how wonderful would it be if you open the door to Jesus for just one person? Like, wouldn't that be enough? And I was like, oh, okay. So I knew today, coming here, doing this, that's what I would stand on, is I don't care if all I do is just bring one person closer to the Lord, because
Amen.
Can't do this by yourself.
Nope.
And I'm learning that. I am in such a season of life that I am grasping on to Him so tightly that I'm scared to let go, because I can't do it again without Him.
And that's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah.
And I remember having our conversations when we first got together to kind of discuss this, and you had mentioned something along the lines of that, of what you could contribute, and you're a new follower in Christ, and I remember telling you, it doesn't matter how many Bible verses you know. It doesn't matter that I was raised in church and you were not, or anything like that. It is your relationship with God.
Yeah.
And if you see Him like you've seen Him never before showing up in your life, and that connection that you feel with Him, that's a story in itself to tell.
Yeah.
And your life being transformed just on your dependency and wanting to be obedient to Him is a story enough to tell.
Yeah.
And so I absolutely agree with her. The whole purpose of this is to create a community where women can feel seen, heard, to know that they're not alone, and that, you know, community is needed. The enemy wants nothing more to divide us and keep us alone, because that's when he tries to attack and get us.
Yep.
But, you know, Christ calls for community. It says it in the Bible. And that's what I'm excited to have here on this podcast. I'm so excited that you've decided to do this and that we can just do this journey together. And like I said, just hopefully make an impact in other women's lives, as well as I know that they will be for ours.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Just a little self-love from us, guys.
Oh, you know, self-love club over here.
So yeah, I think, is there any other, I guess we can kind of close this up on this get to know us section. Until next time, do we have a little plug on what our next?
Yeah, until next time, stay tuned. As we mentioned, we were chatting about a question I asked you was, are you living a meaningful life? So something for you to think about out there, listeners, even if there's just one of you, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you living a meaningful life? We will be circling back and talking about this next time.
Yes.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
See ya.
Take care.